A couple of years ago, I was a special guest on this Valentine's dating show with Tan Mom, this lady who got in trouble. She was on like Howard Stern. She tried to bring her 5-year-old into the tanning booth and like got famous for it or something. But the show is hosted by Adam Barta, who I talked to a bit before that. And he actually has a show on Tubi now. Well, the show, I couldn't find any clips of it. It was on YouTube. And I think at one point the Tan Mom lady like pulled her boobs out. So I was like, there's no way that this video is staying up. And I remember thinking it was kind of wild at the time, but they had me on as like an expert 420 guest to talk about the different ways you can include smoking into your Valentine's Day or whatever, so you can get some of that going on, right? And it was kind of wild because the Tan Mom lady was on. They had the host Adam Barta, and they had 3 contestants that were all competing to be chosen by Tan Mom, like they're, you know, like one of those dating shows where you just pick one guy at the end. And they had me on to talk about smoking and including that into your Valentine's Day and the strains that give you the biggest boners and whatnot. And it was kind of funny because like she was drunk. This lady Tan Mom was drunk. I think she pulled her tits out. Maybe it was just one. And then when it came time to like pick from the 3 contestants, she was trying to pick me. I wasn't even one of the contestants. I mean, I get it, bro. I would pick me too, but it was kind of funny because they had me on just to talk about, you know, which strain should we look for before our Valentine's Day night out with our partner, that kind of stuff. And it's something that I hear about a lot, right? I've seen endless articles. These are the top 5 strains for arousal. And I was reminded of this when I was looking at the green crack reviews. And all of them are like, yo, I smoked this and I went to Pound Town. This strain gave me massive boners. I had this strain that I just couldn't stop banging. Now, I personally don't think that there's any strains that really do anything extra. I've never taken like a bowl hit and been like, oh my God, I have this raging erection right now. Where did it come from? Must have been the weed. Like, I've never hit the bong and had the bong say,
do I make you horny, baby?
But I do think there is like a proper approach to it, right? You're not going to Pound Town after a 1-gram dab, so you just ease up on however much you're trying to do, right? I think it's kind of like with drinking, right? You do a little bit, you start feeling good, you're feeling loose, and you're ready to have a good time. You're ready to do the things that make the good time even better. And sometimes that involves going to Pound Town. But you have too much. Same with drinking. You got too much. What do they call it? Old whiskey dick? Well, you take too many dabs or too many bong rips and you got dab dick or bong dick. Bong dong, if you will. But just because I was curious, I looked up lists. I looked at like a dozen websites talking about these are the top strains for arousal. And it really looks like they all just copy pasted each other. Like maybe one person just wrote some BS article with no information backing it. And a lot of people are like, I'm going to write that same article, but in my own words. Because a lot of them had the same strains on there, sour diesel, mimosa. Some of the lists didn't have green crack. I thought I was going to see green crack all over them because of the reviews that I read. It was like 50% of them were like, oh, bro, I couldn't stop getting boners on this one. But some of the other names I saw on the list were Trainwreck and Mimosa and Gelato. I really think it's like any strain. They're not talking about, oh, these are the terpenes that do it or these are the cannabinoids that do it. Nobody's really like breaking down what's actually doing it. It's just like, well, this name sounds cool and I got high and then I started banging. I mean, if you find that something gets you overly paranoid, maybe avoid that before you get into the bedroom. You don't want to be paranoid wondering if like who you're banging's who you're banging, right? I do think we're gonna see more cannabis infused like bedroom products, whatever you want to call them. I remember the first time I ever saw infused lubrication in a medical dispensary. I couldn't help but blurt out, does it get my dick high? Like, what else does it do? Like, if you have like a topical and your elbow hurts, you rub it on your elbow, maybe you don't feel it anymore. Oh. Is it like a numbing thing? Hang on, bro. Is the infused lube for the 2-pump chumps? Are they gonna get an extra 2 pumps out of it? So at the end of the day, I think as long as you're not overdoing it, you're gonna enhance your ability to have a good time. If you're feeling a nice high, everything's better. Eating, watching movies, listening to music, playing video games, shaboinking. But I want to hear from you. Is there something I'm missing out here? Is there one strain out there every time you hit it, you just got a rager? Or like, you know, if you're a lady, you got the lady version of a rager. You know what I'm talking about. Raging river? Roaring waters, whitewater rafting. Either way, come get high with me on Twitch after 9 p.m. Eastern. Link your Amazon Prime to your Twitch. Take away money from Amazon and give it to me. And if you didn't see me checking out those green crack reviews, oh my God, they're actually hilarious. Check this out right here. R.I.P. Stewart. That's all I gotta say. Have a lit day, my dudes.